I went through the whole thing. So I'm one of the chosen ones when Drew was just learning to cut his teeth.
Right.
When half of the K-Rock staff was in recovery with me.
Right.
Okay. You go to a meeting in Pasadena, you bump into them.
People in the face.
And I'm not outing anybody. And now it's, am I wrong? It's trendy to be outed now, right? It's cool to be AA. We've actually seen it to the point where anonymous is one thing. I get that. And yeah, we're kind of being anonymous here. You could probably research both of us and probably find out our real lives. Neither of us really cares.
Now I need to do a list of fears.
We don't.
Right.
In fact, we give crap to people who drink around us when we're out in social and business settings.
Inventory?
I don't so much. I mean, if they have a problem.
Sex inventory, you need 5 columns.
To be honest with you, most people that drink
it's a relationship.
don't trust
sex is fine.
I find them fascinating. Okay. I enjoy getting them drunk.
So are you.
Yeah,
5 columns.
It's my favorite part.
Far left column lists the names of the people.
I'm pretty convinced that's why Randy likes hanging out with us, because he's safe. We'll let him go.
He won't do that with me.
It would only be by hair color.
He found out the hard way. He can't keep
the
up
name
with
of the
the
place,
guy that drinks Red Bull.
if possible.
Yeah, no, that's
second
not good.
Column,
You don't sleep.
Where
I forgot
have
about
we
that.
been selfish?
Well, not me though, but he was feeling
Third
it
column,
more.
whom did we hurt?
Yeah,
Fourth column, did we unjustifiably
understandable. All right, so
arouse jealousy, suspicion?
I was at Los Encinas, and I think I waited a whole 2 weeks
I hope so.
before I met her.
And column number 6.
And obsessed about her, and then her obsessed about me and followed me to my sober living and the whole nine. I'm not being a hypocrite on the subject. I just don't know why we don't address it right out of the gate instead of don't do it. If you tell me don't do something, I'm probably going to do it.
I don't know that I was ever... Like, here's the thing. With me, I just... Okay, let's use Babette from the program. I'll play along with this game.
I mean,
Babette from the program, who I knew clearly didn't have enough time to be screwing around with me.
A lot of other people were too, but...
and to be taken to Vegas.
But yeah, she...
Bad combination in my early sobriety.
She wasn't an addict.
I had time.
So,
I don't even
or
have
an
excuse.
alcoholic. She had PTSD.
I'd like to say that we both didn't have time, but... Yeah, no. If you have double-digit time, you know better. Rigorous honesty. I had double-digit time when it occurred. Okay.
I'm laughing at the situation, not at the individual. For anybody listening and thinking I'm being a jerk, that's hysterical. You couldn't write that as a comedy.
I got some of my money back because of it.
Holy crap!
It was completely,
and everybody's listening, going, "Oh, that's probably poor thing." You have no idea that if I was watching a movie with Ian right now and that happened on the screen, we'd go, "Bullshit."
How am I doing? So
never happened. And of course, she's got to have random PTSD breakouts, right?
I didn't hurt myself.
Only on my family
because you left her out.
She drank, yeah. And I kept it chained up.
Because my family
for my usage.
I mean, I
Does that make me a
don't
bad
have
guy?
that much family left, and the family that I did have that was in the area.
I didn't force the drink down
my
my
uncle
throat.
had a head trauma, and he was.
I just went to work.
Oh my God!
Came back.
What was the sitcom one? We're gonna date ourselves. This is like Soap. This is like the sitcom Soap. It's just that random and that crazy.
Yeah.
Did we unjustifiably arouse jealousy, suspicion, or bitterness?
All right.
Probably bitterness in Babette.
What is the advice these days? I'm out of the sponsorship game. I know you have a few active sponsees, and I suppose that these shows should start to tail into the direction of having some hopeful message, even for step 0. So my advice is you're going to do it. Just try not to go completely nuclear and take yourself out with the whole situation. Did I say nuclear? Nuclear. No, I said it right the first time. Nuclear.
No.
You're gonna melt. It's gonna happen.
No, she knew
I
what
like
she was
to
there
explain
for.
it to my sponsees. Here's the deal: you have a girl.
She was there to play and have fun.
About to go on this
and
journey.
I wanted someone to play and have fun with. This is back
still working 1, 2, and 3.
2007.
Likes you. You're
when I first started
you're not a bad influence on her. You're compatible.
When I thought I was
attracted
a rock star,
to you. But you know,
probably should be on the upper
4,
part,
5,
right,
6, 7, and 8 start happening. There's a lot of change
section,
there.
Right?
And all of a sudden, her wants and needs
the cause of why I'm
are not going to have you included. And she's going to grow, and you've already done your 4 steps.
Being a rock star,
you're screwed.
Yeah, but
so
based on
that's
like
what's going to
2007
happen.
to 2010
Just make sure you
run,
know it before.
I was quite a rock star.
And that's all. And
all right.
And
certainly
that's
from a
and that's what I say. I've
standpoint,
seen
I had my
guys with time get really twisted.
Right.
over new women.
I made
for
my
that exact
inventory
same reason.
on
I think that
so
part,
I got to do all these bitches for the last 48 years.
I don't think it's for the newcomer. I think it's for the person with time.
It's just the ones that you.
I don't want to sound like a complete tool bag jerk on this topic, but I've had sex with newcomers, and I really haven't cared when they've relapsed. Because I was honest at the beginning and generally told them, you're probably going to obsess and relapse.
No, you should put that on your ACE.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, one thing I have learned,
clearly fits
there
into
were
the
times
sex
when I was still on house
I
arrest.
clearly used that
I'm
individual.
still fairly new, and when
Knowing
I say fairly
full
new, my
I
first
knew
2
what
years,
was going to happen. This was
every couple of weeks, a girl from my home group would show up.
Well, if you wasn't used.
So I'd take one for the team, but what I didn't realize at that point in my recovery is that they're going to go use anyway.
Yes, they are.
Relapsed.
Okay.
And that is nothing personal about me. I can't
I was a full-time
someone sober and clean with certain parts of my body. That is never going to happen. And I don't think I could make somebody relapse with those same certain
straight
parts
up.
of my body.
I had no intention of keeping them.
Funny, I see it as a superpower. I am able to make them relapse.
Yeah, no,
and I find glee in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in 2001,
I would say every woman from 2010,
I did think that because there was a stretch where, and these were all ex-girlfriends that were in and out of recovery. A couple of overdoses, a couple of suicides, a couple of one was
some of those
she got
some of them
killed. And so there was like
some of them were let on.
Just 5 girls
I never knowingly involved myself with anybody who was married.
At that point,
I made that a hard fast rule.
7 years sober,
or involved in a relationship.
And I didn't. I stopped dating her in and around the program.
I may have found out during.
Now that has changed,
which I would imagine
and to me it's not
should wind up on the inventory.
I'm still one of those guys. I'm trying to get the emotional relationship that I find that intimacy
if I'm really doing
with females in the room emotionally. And the physical, intimate relationship, I'm still trying to get that with the same person. And, sometimes I can and sometimes I can't.
It was an outright use.
And but I really don't date people in the program. Like I say, I usually date people right before they get sober.
Of the program.
I'm that, as they're crashing the plan.
Because, come on, let's be honest. Women in the program.
Last mountain that they might crash into before they hit the water.
Bodiodo.
And that's what it is, and that's okay because I'm looking for different things than the spiritual experience.
My thing is, and especially because
to me,
the holidays are coming up,
experience takes hard work.
I
still look, if somebody confronts me, it's going to be a violent.
She'll probably bake too.
A violent solution, not a spiritual
solution.
I know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and by the way,
it's just part of being an alpha.
That should wind up on your inventory there, cowboy.
For me.
I
have to remember to seek the spiritual solution.
Right? You're using an individual just for the holiday.
The violent, sexual, and financial solutions
we are hoping that it is a warm, friendly, inviting environment.
For me,
without too many scratches,
just
scars,
being willing
to
seek a spiritual solution is tough.
Okay, and what's the spiritual solution?
Nobody wants to.
Well, the spiritual solution is look for gratitude.
Gratitude.
I'd love to hang out with somebody on
Thanksgiving.
All right, safely for those listening, you can tell gratitude is not a big one in my vocabulary.
Like being alone with somebody in my car for
and neither is it mine.
And deal with family for 45 minutes and then get back in the car. Drive another 2.5 hours.
I complain about
what I've learned from doing this inventory today is that I'm a user.
Hey, dickhead, you got 5 cars. Drive another one.
Right.
I use things
and it was
I
funny
because
in
my
first
Is that the goal of what I'm after with a 4-step? To find out
what
my
couldn't get his wife's
real
Rolls
character
Royce
defects
right,
are?
So, and all I could picture was pulling up to his house with the U-Haul.
That is, but it's also
really giving him something
just
to
get
cry
it,
about.
Get it
but,
down and out.
Yeah, I was new.
Get it out.
But I've done it repeatedly, and it seems historically that
some of my behaviors took a long time to let go.
That's all.
And everything I let go of it had claw marks on it. And
again,
seeking a spiritual solution. If I'm in self-pity, I'll be the first guy to go to a meeting at the homeless shelter.
You know me today.
Or at a halfway house or something. And then I realized I don't have it that bad. If you guys are new, sometimes
I used to give
all
people
you
enough
do
rope
is
to
just
hang
not
themselves,
used
so
for
I
that
could.
and that's how it is.
That
for
was
me,
my
2 decades later. Sometimes
the
the
way I
only
showed up my
thing
days
that resembles anything
was
in
plotting
the big book or the 12 and 12
scheming.
is that I don't
That
pick
doesn't
up.
seem healthy at all.
And
No,
if you knew,
and
if you don't pick up,
now
and
it's a
if
little
you,
different.
Now
if
you
you,
plot and scheme
go to a meeting
fun?
tomorrow and if you
I
don't
don't
use
plot
between meetings, you're going to get some time.
If I spent all day plotting and scheming,
and especially with me, I was on house arrest when I was new, so I was going to 5 meetings a day. I still had denial that I was actually an
the plotting
addict.
and
I thought I was
scheming
a hard
definitely
partier
went
with mental problems and bad luck with the
I
cops.
get that.
That was it.
I get that.
And
so
it
here's
took
what I'm
10,
wondering
11
about the
months
4
of
step.
continuous sobriety
I
to realize
so,
that
here's my
my
question
life
about the
has
4 step.
gotten really good.
One
and
of
the
the big
things
keys
that I thought
is
I needed,
figuring
like the
out
toxic
sort of a
relationship,
moral compass
or
to
the
this whole thing, right? Your
the
principles,
criminal
the
organization,
comprehensive
or the
fundamental
shitty
law, your doctrine,
business,
your
or
assumptions, your religious
all that
beliefs, your
stuff.
standards,
Just,
where your
just became
dividing
less
line
important.
on what right
and
and
I
wrong
didn't
is.
need
Right?
it
That's
anymore.
kind of
But sometimes
what the 4
I'll
step
be the
helps
first one
you
to admit.
decide.
I'll sign up for that.
Where is the middle of the road for
she's
you?
hot.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
And
kind of
it's
part
fun.
of this.
It is
to create a
and that
confidence
ultimately
on some
brings me
level.
to my postscript on all this, which is:
a moral compass.
are we really just
a
obsessed
4-step
with
is
drama?
a guide map to creating a moral compass.
I ran into a drama queen I hadn't seen in 12
Okay,
years.
I'm okay with that as well.
Since then she's had 2 more children,
and how much,
gotten
and all the
married
things that you
divorced.
thought were important in your life.
But isn't that necessary?
Was she employed as a drama queen?
Moral compass?
Is there good work out there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
she's
just
looking.
wondering.
She's looking to get
trying
hired
to see.
because
I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was
a buddy of mine that was just looking for someone to make phone calls on expireds and.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a drama queen. She's perfect. Okay.
Yeah, but no, she's afraid of the phone.
Yeah.
As
long as I have
one day she made
sometimes
17 phone calls and it was like the end of the world for her.
I mean, isn't the effort
because
to
the kids,
try
she had to go get the
keep
kids,
inside
she
of
had
the
to go
street
do
clean?
this.
I mean, that's
she,
really all
her
it
friend
comes down
needed
to.
her.
And we're going to go back to where my
everybody
biggest
else needed
resentment
something.
lies,
She
which
does
is
nothing
most people
for
in the
herself.
program
And now
don't
she's
seem
being
to
the
give a
martyr.
shit except about themselves.
Okay, so that is the question of
bulk of
truly
the
what
people
step
you
zero
meet
is.
in
Is it
12-step
about
programs,
the
by
obsession
and
of
large,
drama?
Tell me if I'm wrong.
changed from 18
If you go to a
30
meeting
other
tonight
than,
and there are
now
40
instead of
people at
2
that
kids, you
meeting,
got
which
4,
would be a very big meeting.
Let's
go with the realistic number.
good to
20
see you.
people at the meeting.
Okay.
All right.
Those 20
so
people.
would it
How
be a good
many people
idea
are really,
in this amendment to the Constitution of the 12
got their
steps,
shit
because I'm
dialed
adding
in and
step
they're not
0,
self-centered
or how about this,
shit
a
bags?
better forward to the 12 steps, which is identifying your obsessive characteristics so that when you are getting rid of your issues in step 1, you have a better idea of what they are.
25% really have their shit dialed in.
Yeah,
that's a little wordy.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
But I kind of had step 1 right out of the womb.
Well, I get the step 1, and our next show will be about step 1. But there's no prelogue to it. It's just sort of like, here you go. And I did it the old way, right? There was no lead up to it. It just,
they forget what.
It's almost like the first time you have sex. It just, it happened. I don't really know. I was there, and next thing I know, it was happening.
Do business with.
Yeah.
Somebody
go home, fill this out, do this, and I've done it 3 different ways for 3 different masters, and only one of them was by the book.
I do go
but
out of my way.
in general, when you're discussing those,
there's
there's no prelogue, there's no preamble to it. There's just do it. You've got this issue. Well, the truth is, you've got a lot of issues.
There's a lot.
We obsess over drama. We obsess over the opposite sex. We obsess over obsessing.
I mean, I go to a meeting.
We obsess over obsessing.
I like that. See, I'd rather see you put that as a forward. Step 0.
They have a problem.
Obsess over obsessing. Step 0. Obsess over obsessing.
And they have no business being an.
I like that. The triple O.
They got their own deal. They should go to their own deal. That's just my philosophy. And,
well, that'll do it for episode number 1 of Step 0, the triple O. Obsessing over obsessing, where Ian is now going to go off and share this at a Starbucks with his little group, my favorite Jesus of Suburbia. What's your message to the newcomer, so that they'll tune in a week from today to hear Step 1?
Okay. What are the greatest fears? You have amassed
don't
more
drink.
Time with sponsees. At this point, how many sponsees?
Go to meetings. Get a sponsor.